Robert Marlowe and Mike Barton. Yeah, Harry Dinsmore with Brian and with Harry and Glenn. Had a little more current in the White River, and here comes an old river rat there. Look, he's got his dog up in front of him, riding up in front. Dead guard. Long about lasted the trip, before everybody got so tired. They all hooked on to. Yeah. There's Cecil Yealing, Mike Doherty. All of them hooked on to base of pulling to the boat. You got all the junk base of the boat. That's where was that pipeline? Wasn't David had crossed the river?
Yeah.
Dave, yeah, all right, he don't care what's going on. Dave tired. Here's where we took out of the White River down at St. Charles. At the St. Charles Ferry. This was at Shiloh National Park over at Tennessee, over at the Shiloh battlefield.
Did y'all go to Pittsburgh too?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. This was at a place called Pittsburgh Landing on the Tennessee River.
Oh, it was raining, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was raining that day a little bit, cold. Fortunately, we had a reception center or something there to sleep in. We had heaters in it, so we didn't freeze.
Looks like Pittsburgh.
Well, it's a lot. Battlefields look a lot like that now. It was all grown up. They all had questionnaire to answer. Now this is out at the first McDonald's in Little Rock. We camped on the place next to McDonald's. I don't know where it is there now.
Parking lot now.
Is the parking lot? We built a fire. We had a generator there that didn't run too good, apparently. And Ricky Stack, Mike Morey, David Gephardt, Mike Morey, Juno, what was Juno's last name? Juno James. Dan Bill Gray. Mike Morey. Lindsay Cloud.
Somebody else was getting there. Is that a church over there?
Got church right behind it.
That's cool.
No, this is Troop 20. We were Troop 20, weren't we?
Yeah.
Jamboree.
Yeah.
Get on the bus before we leave.
Jim Daniels,
What was the name of that doctor?
Dr. Irwin
Powell?
Powell.
Has Emmett Pollard.
Who was that?
Has Richard Chenault.
Dave, you knew he died, but
No, I didn't hear that.
Richard's dead.
he was a young fellow too. He had a heart attack. But he's as big as the side of the house. He just told to lose it.
Has Dr. Powell.
He's the one that turned over in the sleeping bag. Said everybody go to hell because everybody was good neighbors.
Mm. How many buses y'all take?
There's 3 that went up there.
His what?
3 buses.
Yeah, 3 buses. 111 boys.
Good gosh.
What y'all lined up for there? Bathroom?
Ice cream.
Ice cream.
This was one of the stops. They had this all planned in order the restaurants were all, they knew we were coming. This old Millie's and somewhere. But they were, most every place was prepared for it. They knew that they were gonna have 111.
Yeah, so
Scream
Yeah.
boys.
This is getting out in the west now. This is out in, I guess in Colorado.
Like our heat.
Do you know the names of all these guys there? Do you remember them all?
Nope.
Jim, I remember Jim, Bobby Pollard.
Boundary, something.
That's the,
Colorado Springs. Air Force Base.
Football stadium.
that's the Air Force Base, in Colorado. It's a dormitory,
Oh, that's where y'all supposed to buy.
Air Force Base. And that's one of the observatories at the Air Force Base. That's the chapel at the Air Force, kind of a unique looking church, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's all stained glass. It's really beautiful inside. I forget what it is. It's the Air Force cadet drilling. Oh, it's on the front of the church, I believe it was. These are all scenes from around the Air Force Academy there. This is in the Garden of the Gods there, that rock formation. Like they had a heart attack. I looked up and that was about half our troop up on top of it.
You up there, David?
See how, you can see the size of it. We were walking along the bank there, and all of a sudden up on top of it, hey, Mr. Mac! That's the kissing camel.
You have to use your imagination, don't you?
There's one board up on top.
Two heads.
Here in the Garden of the Gods, they had a chuck wagon meal there, barbecue and country and western music. Then we moved on. This was at the Army camp outside of Denver.
Must be getting chilly. Y'all had your red jackets on.
It was up pretty high in the country. It was pretty cool. And then from there we went on up to Cheyenne, Wyoming, and then across Wyoming to Rock Springs, Wyoming.
Is that the other bus?
That's one of the other buses. Here we're crossing over to Wyoming. Cheyenne, 9 miles.
I keep seeing that thing sticking up. What is that?
We go up.
This is all taken inside the bus there. I don't know whether somebody's
Some antenna or something?
stick or something. This is Cheyenne.
Oh, the flag.
They having the big, I think, rodeo or whatever they have there in Cheyenne. Cheyenne Days, I believe it's called. Couldn't show up, but out in the field there were a lot of antelope that you could see along the side out there, just grazing out with the cattle. This is a statue of somebody alongside the highway there. And this is coming into Rock Springs.
This is the whole timber that was covered with black ice and not sure or something.
Most part we had real good highways. And here while we slept on the floor at the high school gymnasium, along with a whole bunch of other scouts. There must have been probably 1,000 of them that sleeping there that night. There's just a whole lot of miles, nothing but miles and miles. Now you can see the Rocky Mountains and the distance over there all over. And there you can see some of the antelope out in the field.
If you know they're there.
If you know they're there between the spots.
I know
Yeah.
this was 1969. You know how come I knew?
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
when they landed on the moon.
There's a couple of antelopes there. Down here a little bit further where there was a baby moose killed on the highway, and the old mother moose was quite concerned about it.
Y'all were
think moving the third bus, I believe.
Paul was, too.
Yeah, they were trailway bus, regular trailway buses.
Don't you have a brother in Wyoming or Colorado?
Denver.
All along the side of the road, you see signs where the dude ranches are there, where you can go out and, get your horse.
That's pretty long.
This is part of Snake River. It runs down through Wyoming, over into Idaho. Spectacular views every time you turn the corner, why you do something different.
David, were y'all watching the view or just goofing off?
Not we good enough.
That explains why I don't remember the trip.
Don't just get arriving, are you?
That's where some of the dude ranches loaded up to get back up in the hill. They meet you out. They meet you out there with a chuck wagon. Load you on a horse. That old stagecoach.
Looks like mud on the film, doesn't it?
That was bugs on the windshield.
Oh.
Most all these pictures were taken through the windshield of the bus.
I'm glad they washed it off.
It's a strange rock formation alongside the highway. There's this is in Jackson Hole, Wyoming. They've made out, that arch is made out of elk antlers that they had picked up one place to another. And there's the old stagecoach.
Ready for somebody to arrive.
There's a meter maid parking the cars.
7 minutes. Well, that was back when the beef for Victor was on peace, wasn't it?
You know what I?
Wasn't that back when everybody was holding up their hands for peace?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a great Teton range over on the border between Wyoming and Utah. Really spectacular.
Nobody asked you to go get that. We're doing something else now. Come here, darling.
Isn't that pretty? Spectacular, I guess it is. This is the entrance to Yellowstone. Beg your pardon, it's the entrance to Teton National Forest. It was just before you get into Yellowstone.
Di? She sees herself in the mirror.
Yeah, don't see that down there.
This is one of the motels that,
What's that? A squirrel?
no, it was ground squirrel.
Ground
They don't have tails like our squirrels here.
squirrel. Little rock.
Little rock. Has Bebo. Is that what his name? Bebo?
Okay.
Yeah.
Peanut Camp.
Those are things too.
There's the Yellowstone River. We're going through a forest of pines called lodgepole pines. They're real tall and real slim. Here's where we go for a boat ride on Yellowstone Lake. This thing will quit jumping. I don't know why. The Yellowstone Lake is fed by the streams that run off of these mountains, so if you've got nothing but ice water almost. And the Yellowstone River runs out of the lake instead of into it.
Hush, hush, no. Counting heads.
Sorry. Yeah, some people have been out fishing for cutthroat trout.
Right here. Right here. Water is cold.
It is cold. But right on the edge of there's a patrol boat. But right on the edge of the lake is a pothole that has boiling water that say you can reach over and catch a trout out of the lake, throw it over in the hole and cook it there, Bill.
It's so hot.
It's so hot, there's hot water coming up out of the ground. This way across the pond. Old Faithful isn't as faithful as it used to be. It doesn't erupt just nowhere. You just keep sitting there and hoping and hoping and hoping that it's going to blow. Eventually it'll blow, but it makes a lot of false
Is it
starts.
getting ready to?
Wasn't it the same?
Or is that the steam?
That's just that same thing. It comes out Old Faithful, but you never know when it's really memed it. And I believe it's memed it now. See, it's just going on up 160 feet or so, or whatever it is. But that's all water that's blowing out. A lot of it, of course, some of it's steam because it's hot water, but big quantities of it is water.
Is it real hot?
Yeah. And this is another place where the water that comes out is sulfur. And it's still a little, you can see in there it's bubbling and boiling. This is another little geyser that's on over a little further in the place. They're all over the thing. I've forgotten how many it is around in that area, but there's a bunch of them. Oh, here's a sulfur spring. was like rotten eggs around there. Now this is the Yellowstone River. This is the falls on the Yellowstone. And a couple of bears walking down the road. They have the right of way up there.
I'd give it to them.
You're walking down the road. They have those large pole pines I'm talking about. And they never, when one falls, why they leave it there. In other words, they don't try to clean them up. In other words, if it falls in the forest, why it's just left there in a natural state. That's the wall of the bank of the Yellowstone River. It looks like it just washing down through there through the years. It's washed out. You can see how small the river looks down at the bottom of the gorge. That's the Grand Canyon of the Yellowstone. It has one of those horseback tours that you can ride all through this park on. I imagine this gorge is probably around 1,000 or so feet deep. It looks like it's real soft sand. I don't know, just from the looks of it. There's a called a upper fall. That's the taller of the two.
That's when you were in your black frame eyeglasses.
Yeah.
Remember when they were real popular?
We're looking at the falls, not my frame. There's David and Bill.
You and Bill stuck pretty close together, didn't you?
Really heavy eater.
The Grand Canyon of the Yellowstone. Here's where we were fishing in the cutthroat trout. We had a lot of luck after we learned from this old fisherman how to catch them. We caught our limit, give them away, and turn around and caught our limit again and give them away. There's a moose that I was telling you about. That's the mother, the young moose has been killed on the highway there. This is going out of the Yellowstone now. From here we go to over into Montana. There's the entrance to the Camp Farragut.
That bus is slow down.
They had this thing so organized that there was a bus arriving every 3 minutes. And every bus driver knew exactly what time he was supposed to get to the front gate. They had somebody standing there. If you can imagine, 35,000 people come in one day and set up camp. That's Troop 20. But they had somebody to get on the bus, take you around and show you where. You had an area 100 feet square all of your tents, mess tent, everything had to set up within that 100 square feet, 100 on each side. You had 40 boys, 3 scoutmasters to each group. And we call this little Smoky Bear, that was Richard's Canal, North Little Rock. He's making like he's holding his shovel. That guy's name was Kowalski, wasn't it?
I think so.
Kowalski.
Like Nancy Russell. Nancy Russell.
We had a mess tent. We had to cook our own meal.
Oh, well behaved. Right then.
Right there.
This is a game where every boy had a one letter, and they had to. What was the phrase? Remember they had to
I
look
don't remember what
for
it's supposed to say.
but you had to find one of each that was a complete one.
I think we read
Whatever
it.
it says. Get
Whatever
close to
it
it.
said. Uh-oh. Stop it, David. This is someone of them made a speech there or something. There's
Far too time, aren't they?
close to it.
Close as they can get.
Some of the troops were real military. Some of them weren't. This is every state in the Union had a flag there. And this is where you usually ended up in the afternoon when they retreat.
Too bad you didn't have the real sound of that while it was going on.
Didn't have what?
The real sound of that while it was going on.
Yeah, that's while they were playing taps there. The different troops all had a different insignia, and this was the winners of the various insignia. And then Lone Star State, I guess. These are different ones they made. Ours right there. That's one. This is the
Like firecrackers.
fireworks up at the put on a firework display there. And this is, I guess, going out into across Montana. Oh, this is still camp, isn't it?
David, your box of patches that you collected are still around here.
Yeah.
Try to get one from every state, will you?
We tried.
And one day, like, Nebraska. Build and preserve, that's what y'all was trying to. This is a part of Lake Ponderay where they had the canoeing events. One area.
Was it cold?
Cold. Everybody just sitting around trading. I'll give you one of these for 2 of those patches.
But Dave, I just seen you in there one time.
Oh, David one time. Had a Bebo scrubbing the pot in his long handles.